Oh man, we are approaching the end of the DC K.O tournament. With DC K.O number 3 out, a lot more bodies are about to drop. Our heroes and villains have been through a lot. Mentally, physically, they've really been going through it, fighting to get the power of Darkseid. And this issue does not pull any punches. We are about to see some god tier team ups, so let's get into it. And we start with a vision, as the Heart of Apocalypse says. In the split second before the next round begins, Clark hears screaming, the screaming of children. His muscles tense, but then he realizes these children aren't screaming with fear or pain, but with joy. The world they live in is peaceful and safe and thriving. Is it Earth? It is. He sees. But somehow it's also him. Superman, he's in every particle, every atom. And then he understands, this is the vision, the one he had on the way into the tournament. This is the universe as it could be if he wins. The universe bent toward him, shaped by him, if he takes the crown and keeps it. A place where people live in harmony, a shining symphonic civilization, brave and hopeful, reaching out, hands open. He wants to look away, but he can't. The beauty is too much. We finally get to see what Superman saw, the world he could create if he just locks in and wins this tournament. But as Superman is basking in this vision, enjoying every moment of it, the Heart of Apocalypse tears it away. As he screams, "Wait!" But it's too late, and standing over him is Lex Luthor. Good dream, Superman? Me? I had a fucking great one. As a light shines on the both of them, and it's time to fight. But the Heart of Apocalypse doesn't just teleport these two in, it teleports the remaining people in the tournament, ripping them all from their visions, a techno-utopia, a universe aglow with truth, a black laughing void, a grand sculpture of will, a dark wonder, a kingdom of peace. Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Joker, Guy Gardner, Zatanna, and Aquaman are all also here with Superman and Lex. But before they can even start to speak to each other, the Heart of Apocalypse interrupts it all. Welcome, champions, to the third round of the tournament. In pursuit of victory, Darkseid occasionally allied himself with unexpected beings. So for this battle, you will fight in teams. Each of you must choose a partner. And Diana wonders, from where? Among ourselves? But the Heart of Apocalypse tells her no, from among them, the fallen champions. There is one of you, though, who has generated more Omega energy than the rest, and so will get to choose a partner from all realms of reality. And that champion is Joker, of course. And Joker's just happy to hear this. For the rest, the choice stands before you. You can choose a former foe or an ally. You can choose for wisdom, strength, or chaos. But choose quickly, or the choice will be made for you. As the Heart of Apocalypse says, Clark is the last to decide. I am just about to choose for him when he takes his partner. Fresh off a brutal round of one-on-one battles, all fights to the death, the victors emerge into this, the next challenge. And so the choices are made. Let the battles begin. And we see the teams about to go head to head. Guy Gardner and Hal Jordan, the Green Lanterns, versus Superman and Shazam. Absolute powerhouses. Honestly, this fight doesn't even seem fair. Lex Luthor and Supergirl versus Aquaman and Hawkman. Honestly surprised Lex Luthor chose Supergirl. Wonder Woman and Big Barda versus Cyborg and Connor Hawke. Very strange team up between Cyborg and Hawk. And the last team, Zatanna and John Constantine versus Joker and a mystery person. And let's not forget, Zatanna just got out of her fight with Harley, a heart-wrenching battle where she had to kill her friend. I'm sure she definitely wants to take out the Joker. So, let's see how these fights go. As we start with Arena 1, and Guy lets Superman know, look, I know what you're thinking. Yes, there were way better choices, more powerful, smarter, handsomer, but me? Hey, I always choose my friends. As Hal teleports in and says, I'm touched. And Superman's just ready to do this, as they both rush in with their constructs ready. And Guy tells them no hard feelings when we kick your asses. As Superman says, course not, but that's not going to happen. Right, Billy? And Billy shoots in saying, hell no. As Superman hits him with a quick language, and it's time to fight. While in Arena 2, we've got Hawkman and Aquaman patching things up from their last fight, as there are truly no hard feelings and they're ready to cook Lex Luthor and Supergirl. And again, I'm very shocked he actually invited her to this fight, because of course, she smacks the shit out of him and says, you seriously thought I'd fight alongside you? Obviously angry about what he did in the previous issue. As she tells the others, well, I want a new team up. How about it, Arthur? Carter, all of us against this bitch. And they're definitely ready to do this. And we pick up on Arena 3. Wonder Woman and Big Barda. As Barda tells her, "Let us unleash the fury of the gods on these mortals." And Connor hugs Cyborg, telling him thanks for the shot, pal, as Cyborg tells him, "You're one of the deadliest fighters in the world, Connor, and now that I've infused you with nano enhancements, they won't know what hit him," as another fight is about to begin. And finally, Arena 4. Zatanna and Constantine versus Joker and a mystery person. And John is of course trying to flirt with Zatanna, but she's locked in on what's in front of her, the Joker. And she wants to know who he chose. As he says, "Oh, you know me, I just love to laugh. So I figured why not pick someone who loves to laugh too," as we see the Batman who laughs. Of course, this is who he chose with all that excess Omega energy. Or so he would have them think, as Zatanna ensnares Joker and John ensnares the Batman who laughs. And he says, "This doesn't smell like Dark Multiverse. Trust me, I know a con when I see one." So Joker's little plan does nothing, but he's not worried at all, as he tells this mysterious person, "I know how much you love a good trick. So let's play an old favorite, shall we? Go on now, show them who you really are." And this being snaps his fingers and with a glow of light says, "So kids, what's better than a king? An emperor." Emperor Joker, that is, as the mystery person was Mxyzptlk, and he has turned Joker into Emperor Joker, a being far more powerful than these two. And Joker is just having a ball. Now that's funny. Come on, not one laugh? Fine, I'll laugh for you. Abracablam, as he sends a ha with an exclamation point at the both of them. Meanwhile, Diana and Big Barda do a fastball special, doing their best to take out Connor Hawk. And all this raw power between the two of them has Connor a bit confused on why Cyborg picked him. "I appreciate you picking me to be your partner, Cyborg, but why not pick someone stronger or with magic?" And Cyborg says, "I'll show you," as he connects the two of them. "Like I said, you're one of the deadliest fighters in the world, but I picked you because of how you're deadly. The style you studied at Ashram's, it's all about human impulse and unpredictability, right? Surprise, perfect for going up against traditional warriors. And once I scan your skills and absorb them, I can fight just like you." And now Connor gets it, and with your enhancements, I'm as strong and as fast as you, Twin Titans. Now let's win this thing, as they take the fight to Diana and Barda, while Zatanna and John are really struggling against Emperor Joker, as he continues to taunt them. "Don't you get it? I'm trying to help you both. Magic is supposed to be fun. I just want to see you smile," as Joker is sending magical constructs at them full of a neurotoxin. And y'all already know what kind of neurotoxin it is. And while Zatanna tries their best to fight against it, John is already beginning to succumb to it, as he has now been Jokerized. And he tells her, "Sorry love, I just thought of something really funny." And while they're struggling, Cyborg and Connor Hawk are actually bringing it to the two goddesses. And because of this, Diana has a plan. "Barda, punch me as hard as you can." And this confuses Barda, but she obliges, hitting Diana with everything she's got. And Diana blocks it with her gauntlets, as the Heart of Apocalypse says. The gauntlets were forged from the Aegis. They don't just deflect blows, they amplify them. The blast could shake the heavens, or in this case, hell. This releases a shockwave so strong it one-shots Cyborg and Connor Hawk. They have been defeated. And now Barda wants to know, was this why you chose me, Diana? My strength? And Diana looks completely worn out as she answers, "No, you were trained in the fire pits of Apocalypse. You know the way of war there. I need you to tell me everything you know about the Heart of Apocalypse, now." As we catch back up with Joker and Zatanna and we see all the neurotoxins surrounding her. "This has been fun, kiddo, but it's time for the curtain to fall on your act." And it's just too much for her to take, as she too is Jokerized. Joker easily defeats the two of them, and now Mixie wants to go back home, and Joker obliges, laughing the whole time. Joker just keeps cooking in this damn tournament. But now it's finally time to get back to Arena 1. And somehow, Guy Gardner's actually giving it to Shazam. Don't see how that's possible. While Hal and Superman are going at it. And as Clark punches Hal, he's already apologizing. But Hal tells him not to do that. You have to be ruthless. Omega Energy, remember? It's funny though. I think a lot of us figured you'd be the one to beat Clark, which is why for my one item, I brought this. As he throws the Black Mercy on Superman, which is pretty messed up, but that's the point of the tournament. And I'm sure most of you guys remember this from that one episode in Justice League Unlimited, where it's actually put on Superman and he loses his mind on Mongol. And we get a similar situation here, as the Heart of Apocalypse says. A Black Mercy, the alien parasite that nearly killed Clark once before. A baby Hal took from Sector 2811 encased in his very will. It attaches to its host's pleasure centers and plunges them into a dream. A perfect, painless vision. And just like that, Clark is off the game board. While Supergirl is still beating the shit out of Lex. I mean, she is really mad. Why in your wildest dreams did you think I'd side with you? But Lex had a plan. Of course he did. Because of this. And as he hits her with a blast, she gets up angry, trying to let Aquaman and Hawkman know. Red kryptonite, it makes us rage. But before she loses herself, she apologizes to Superman. As we go all the way back in that game night between Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. As he says he was looking for some good wine, but Lois thinks he's hiding after what happened between him and Bruce. As she explains to him, you know, when Lucy and I were little, our father never let either of us win at games. Me, I liked it. Lucy, it crushed her, but he saw it as an act of love. Bruce is like that. He'll push you to win as an act of love, even if it makes you hate him, twisted as that sounds. With you, you take more joy in seeing other people win, so it doesn't work, and admittedly makes for a kinda awkward game night. But hey, at least we have good wine. Come on Smallville, get out there and be Superman. As we now delve deeper into the dream he's having because of the Black Mercy, as the Heart of Apocalypse says, be Superman. He is Superman, but something is different here. In his vision, the Black Mercy takes it further, for he realizes that in this place, he didn't just fix the present. No, here Superman has fixed everything, the future, and even the past? But how? Suddenly someone is coming through time to meet him, but who? And then they arrive. His parents, Jor-El, Lara. Clark has never felt such peace, never felt so whole. As Lois' words come back to him, get out there and be Superman. The memory fills him with rage. Rage at Hal, at the cursed plant, at the dream, at me, at the game itself, but also the truth, because that dream could be his reality. It could be our reality. Why shouldn't he want it all? Fix everything. Why shouldn't we want him to? As through sheer will, Superman breaks through the plant. A ridiculous feet, but he's Superman, of course it is. With the world falling apart, the doomsday clock at midnight, don't you want him to save us all? I do. And in this moment, Clark wants it too. Wants it with the burning of 1,000 roaring suns. As he's done playing games and gets the upper hand on Hal and Guy. And now we see what's going on with Kara. She is a giant roaring monster. And Lex is sitting there, feet kicked up, arms folded. He knows they stand no chance against Supergirl. Although I'm a bit confused. I mean, Aquaman's a bloodbender, so where the hell did that go? Is she too strong to be bloodbent? Can he only do it to characters as weak as Hawkman? Because if so, he's not as OP as I thought he was. And Lex explains what he did. I spliced red kryptonite with silver to heighten the delusions, added a speck of black to cause violent dissociation, and voila, Designer K, as she beheads Hawkman with her heat vision. And so man held dominion over air and sea. And while Guy and Hal are still recovering, Superman speaks to Billy. Billy, I'm sorry I brought you into this. Don't be sorry. Like I said, you gave me a second chance. That's who you are. And the Heart questions this. Is it though? He told himself he chose Billy to give the boy a second chance. But was there another reason? There was. He knows it. Behind him, Hal and Guy are getting to their feet. They're about to use their rings to craft green kryptonite. Synthetic. An old trick, but effective enough. Clark can sense it. So because of this, Clark spills the beans. Billy, I also chose you because of what you can do with your powers for others. So before Billy fully dies, he says Shazam and gives his power to Superman. He's even got Patara earrings as if they fused. This is such a cool design, by the way. As the Heart of Apocalypse explains, power. Clark crackles with it. Billy Batson is one of the few heroes who can share his powers with others, as he has done with his Marvel family. Solomon's wisdom, Hercules' strength, Atlas' stamina, Zeus' power, Achilles' courage, and Mercury's speed, all added to Clark's own power. Darkseid chose allies who could help him win. As Hal and Guy know, it's over. He takes them out in seconds, but as he does, he wonders, was it this place? Am I getting to him? The dark, twisted Heart of Apocalypse? The way I seem to get to Captain Atom? In this moment, Clark doesn't know, but it feels damn good to win. And honestly, I see no one else talking about this. I'm still kind of shocked that Guy and Hal could actually whoop Shazam. Maybe I'm just underestimating the Green Lanterns, and I love the Green Lanterns. I just thought Shazam was more OP. But either way, we continue with that memory of the game night. As Bruce tells Clark, there you are, we thought you quit. And Superman tells him, you wish, Bruce. As the fight between him, Guy, Hal, and Billy is over. He has won. And he looks over to Supergirl on her knees and Lex smiling right at him. As the Heart of Apocalypse says, across the way he sees Lex has won too, but there's something in Lex's look, something Clark isn't sure he has ever seen in those eyes before. admiration. Lex is proud of Superman and what he's done for vaporizing his friends. As the Heart of Apocalypse says, round 3 is over, congratulations. Only you 4 champions remain. Time for round 4. But before round 4 starts, the Heart of Apocalypse needs to teleport them again. The penultimate round will take place here, on a world that belongs to the King Omega, Darkseid. As Joker says, nice, so the next round takes place on Apocalypse, eh? My kind of place. But Lex knows right away, no you idiot, this isn't Apocalypse, and Superman can see it too. Lex is right. This is Earth. As Diana says, but how? We were still fighting. But the heart tells her, seems like you ran out of time, Diana. So yes, this is your Earth, but you are no longer its champions. They are, as we see absolute Batman, absolute Superman, and absolute Wonder Woman, although they look a bit more broken and corrupted. And of course, accompanying them is Darkseid himself. Well, kinda. He is still in Booster Gold's body. Now let the true fight begin. And this is the end of the issue. Damn, another amazing issue of DC K.O. And I'm kinda wondering how this is gonna work. I mean, I can see absolute Superman fighting Superman, absolute Diana fighting Diana, but is it gonna be Lex and Joker versus Darkseid and Booster Gold's body and absolute Batman? Cause that honestly doesn't seem fair, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. But let's not forget, in DC Night Fight, we got Batman still trying to get back into this tournament, although it's seemingly winding down. So it looks like we're gonna get a Batman clutch moment. I can't wait to see when he appears. But I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know how y'all felt about the video, and I will catch you guys on the next one.